Good afternoon. It is February 11th, 2021. Today looks like it's a range day. Um, we did break through overnight lows, but it looks like prices are coming back up. Um, as you can see, towards the beginning of the day, the open prices were trending up and then they just went sideways. Um, and then we started working down in this channel, um, but we weren't sure till I think this high. Once you draw the highs off these two, you could predict this, and then that's when you know we're going down. But yeah, like I said, it looks like prices are going up now. I didn't see much that I liked here, but maybe as I go through, maybe I will like something. Um, we'll see. But let's take a look at these mark trades. Um, So we get this like micro congestion down here after this big leg down. Like I said, prices were going sideways at the open, which is right about here. And there aren't really not any good like this isn't a good signal bar. It's at the bottom of the range, but it's a little neutral. I think you could probably take that though. It's aggressive, um, but you might consider that. Um, hmm. And these, unfortunately, you don't get like a. You know what? You might you don't get a great signal bar here. Nothing that's a high, but it looks like it's testing this level a lot. And I don't know, you might go short there, but it is a breakout, but it's a with trend breakout. We get this counter trend breakout, so people might be going long here. Matter of fact, that is a second entry, but it's just congestive. Look at that. You got this doji, and that's a doji. But you do get a failed second entry long. It's off of this price level, and you might not have this level drawn, this top level drawn just yet. So I said that's aggressive, but it's a failed second entry long, first entry, second entry long. It's off the EMA as well, and then you get a first entry, second entry off this. So I said this is far from the EMA. It looks like it's two legs down after a break, the break of this move down. Get a break, two legs down to a new low. So that's why you might consider it. And prices keep going sideways in this, but I don't see much for going long or short here, except for this right here. I really like this. This is a second entry long off the important price level down here. And it's a great signal bar at the bottom of the range. And then prices come back to this price level, and you wouldn't have had this price level drawn yet. So you'd probably still be playing it like a range, but you don't get a good signal bar. This is when you would probably draw those highs though. Um, Prices make a big move down, kind of like an overshoot, come back in, bounce. Can't really take anything there either. This is okay. So I've been marking second entry longs. This is kind of just in no man's land though, and it's not. So you would get triggered if you go long above that. Um, and you would get failed out. So why shouldn't we take that? Well, this is at the bottom of the range. It's still in the range. This is not in the range, and it looks like it might bounce because it's at this price level. But look, this is very congestive. This is not very congestive. You do have these overlapping bars, but here you have a doji, you have all these overlapping bars, and prices just came back into the range and didn't even make it to the top. So that's why you might not want to take it. Here, I was thinking we were going down again, But then I realized this was my signal bar, and this was just a doji. I actually waited after this signal bar, and this is a doji too, so you really shouldn't be entering long or short on this. That's congestion. And at this point, after I stopped myself out here, I got one tick. I zoomed out, and that's when I found this trend line. And this is what really confirmed the trend line. So when prices came up here and you get this bullish signal bar, I knew that this would, once I saw this as my signal bar, I knew that was a great entry. So I actually didn't come until this bar had already formed. But this was, I think, 4 ticks below what your entry would be. So I entered up here. And yeah, that was a simulated trade that I took. And it's good entry. It's a trap near the trend line. And you would have been able to ride that way down. Failed second entry long right here. If you want to take that, it's a little aggressive. I accidentally moved this price level. We'll have to see where that goes. Got the baby in my hand, so I can't really move around a little. Here, let's try this. So this is you get this steep leg down, but prices are respecting the EMA here. You don't really get much. No good signal bars. You could look at this as a second entry short. This turns out to be an important price level too. But we don't really know that at this point. But I am going to mark that as aggressive because that's a second entry short. After this big move down. So is that the price level I had drawn? No, I think was it? Let's see. No, I had it lower than that. I had it around here. Right there. So if you were reading it like that, but I don't think there's any way for you to know that. It's you could think it's like off of these lows. So that is the second entry short though. First entry, second entry. And that's a little trend channel down that I didn't mark. Let's mark that. And then there's nothing in this upward move that you can take. Get this micro congestion here. No good signal bars off the trend line. If you play the midline, this kind of looks like a second entry long, but it doesn't look like prices are really respecting the midline much yet, or we don't really know. Then we get this range. And I guess, I mean, this is a very neutral bar right here, but if you want to go long there, it's very aggressive. And here, they're just very aggressive. I don't know how else. They're neutral bars, you know. If the bar looked like this and it was at the bottom, I would definitely take it. And no real good places to go short either. Because at this point, you don't know, this point right here, you don't know that this is the top price level. And here, prices are respecting the midline, but so, I mean, I guess if you take this as a lower high, that's super aggressive, but you could do that. And especially, you could have drawn the trend line off there. So there might be space to scalp out. And now it looks like we're just going sideways. So that's what I saw today. We'll see what Mac has to say. Sorry I didn't make a video yesterday. I was just a little too busy. But thanks, and I'll be back tomorrow.